Bonjour and good evening. My name is Francis Bacon. I don't normally mention it, but just between you and me, it was I who wrote those Shakespeare plays. Many believe the Earl of Oxford was the true author. Just look at him. Nice bloke, but Shakespeare? His own debts, especially those 3,000 ducats, cost him nearly everything he had. But he wrote the line, "Neither a borrower nor lender be." Was he chastising himself? If you look at my work, you'll see some of my own opinions on money. Unlike that legal rascal Edward Coke, I've been consistently opposed to England's mercantilism, the basis of which is the belief that gold is more valuable than merchandise, something they view as trifles. The view of a fopdoodle. You can see Coke articulating it here. John Locke, Adam Smith, and Jean-Baptiste Say would all later refute this vain view, but I was the first to do so in New Atlantis. In fact, I'm refuting it here when the governor of the stranger's house says this to the voyagers: "As for any merchandise you have brought, ye shall be well used and have your return, either in merchandise or in gold and silver, for to us it is all one." The value of gold isn't more than the merchandise it buys. Lord, what fools these mercantilists be! They also believe their wealth is in their gold. The basic position of mercantilism is that a favourable balance of trade keeps more gold at home and sends the trifles of merchandise to other countries. I counted such cursed coins of phrase in The Merchant of Venice. Right here, at the play's beginning, I've got Selenio equating merchandise and money as one. His own ship he calls "my wealthy Andrew." And why? Because his money isn't wealth. His wealth is his merchandise at sea. At the end of Selenio's oratory, he thinks that perhaps Antonio is sad to think upon his merchandise. But no, Antonio isn't sad because he also understands that his wealth is not his money. A page later, I placed as much explicitly in Antonio's response: "Thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea, neither have I money nor commodity." Antonio here states that his money is not the same as his fortune or wealth. His wealth is his merchandise because that is what produces value into the future. Money doesn't produce any value, and without producing value, it's not wealth. These are my positions, not De Vere's. Look with thine ears. I can both show and speaketh these views right from the pages of my advancement and proficiency of learning. In Book 8, I wrote that it is not monies that is the sinews of fortune. Do you see it? Fortune is not the sinews. In my play, the debt is to be repaid with a pound of flesh, sinews. Money is not fortune. Money is not wealth. As sinew and flesh is part of the human body that must simply remain intact for continued survival, money is the part of human finance that must simply remain intact for continued survival. QED. But alas, the world continues blindly on, labouring under its misapprehensions regarding money. They willingly hazard and gamble all they have, mired in debt, and calling it a 1 year's money. Wealth, outrageous fortune, and all the shocks that flesh is heir to.